Welcome to the last week of UT Mental, which is actually a positive one because we're focusing on the 5 ways to well-being. Instead of focusing this week on the 1 in 5 Canadians who experience some form of mental illness at some point in their life, we'll be focusing on the 5 in 5 Canadians who have mental health. And what better way to do that than to focus on the 5 ways to well-being. The 5 ways to well-being are 5 concrete activities that you can do on a daily basis, if you do them in an intentional way, that will bolster your mental health and well-being. The first is connect, because having a strong sense of belongingness and strong interpersonal relationships is important to your mental health and well-being. The second is take notice, because taking the time to reflect, both inwards and outwards, is also important to your mental health. One way that I like to take notice is to walk outside whenever I'm at UTM. I don't really like walking inside because it's usually crowded, and even though it's a little bit warmer, I do like to get out and to enjoy the scenery because UTM is so good for that. The third is being active, so that's doing 150 minutes of physical activity per week, as long as they're in 10-minute bouts. One way that I'm active is I play soccer almost three or four times per week. The fourth is learn, and that's a little bit different than your normal learning in terms of academics, but it would be learning something out of personal interests or that you find personally fulfilling. One way that I like to learn is to talk to people about topics that are usually outside of my comfort zone, so things that I'm not usually used to learning about, and also to read books or to watch movies about things that I'm really interested in. The fifth is give back. So it may be a little counterintuitive because most people think of happiness as something that you would experience, but having other people experience and sharing that happiness that you've been able to find in your life is another way that you can bolster your mental health. So whether it's volunteering in your community, or it's giving back or holding the door for somebody on the way from class to class. My challenge to the vloggers this week is to take on one of these 5 ways to well-being, tell us how you incorporate it into your daily life, and maybe just talk about positive mental health in general and how everybody has mental health, not just the 1 in 5. So thank you for watching this installment of UT Mental, and I hope that you have a great semester. Thank you very much. If you want to speak to a professional about a mental health concern, please visit the Health and Counseling Center during business hours. You can also call Good to Talk, which is a free student helpline with professional counselors available 24/7.